Hello!
Hi!
You can hear us!
You can hear us!
You didn't hear anything that we said. We were talking about Fia, our special guest of today's stream. Who,
on Cat Cam. Although she's not on Cat Cam because she's
Fia.
a confused cat.
Fia, come
because there, yay!
Fia.
Exactly.
Fia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fia? Fia, you wanna?
You wanna go on Cat Cam?
Are you gonna come on Cat Cam? Oh, wait. She might go.
Well, she is kind of on Cat Cam.
She's
Oh,
there. She's on. Oh.
Oh.
There's tail on Cat Cam. I just got tail whipped. Rat-a-tat just used tail whip. His attack rose by +5.
Did she see the screen and was she like, this is where I can hide?
Maybe she's.
Fia, you need to tuck in a bit.
Maybe she's smarter than we give her credit for.
I've seen dropped frames. Hopefully that's...
There was a little bit of a pause. We can't do it.
Maybe my Ethernet cable.
We're here. It'll be a short stream tonight. We just got the one race. It's been going well. Logan Sargent won last time out.
You know
we
what?
had our first double points finish.
No, we probably can't, because it's a very quick race at Mid-Ohio that we've got for you today.
Mid-Ohio race? Didn't we have a Mid-Ohio race last time out?
No. We left it on the Mid-Ohio race.
Oh, well.
Yeah. She may come on to CatCam. Let's just jump into it though. Hello, welcome everyone.
Welcome. Spectators, one and all. Just finished my voice recording, Mazepin Part 2. Mazepin Part 2? Jumping on that 100k hype, are you by any chance, Zach? Going, well, if it's a video with Mazepin in, it's going to do well.
Could do well.
Could do well. We tried that with the
Does
explained
lightning
video.
strike twice?
Potentially it does.
Game.
Yeah.
Please. Is that coming up on screen? Jesus Christ.
It's not on screen.
Yeah, I know that. I can see that, thank you.
I can see it also. It's not on screen.
Well, at the moment it's just practice.
Apparently it's still not on screen.
Thank you.
Still black screen.
Still black screen?
Evening, Zoe.
Hello.
Hello, Governor. How you doing, mate?
Just whack that over there.
Got some big plans for the rest of 2021 with some interesting collabs. Look at you, Zach.
Whoa, it's on screen.
We're on screen. It's I Need a Miracle.
We're at Mid-Ohio.
We're in Mid-Ohio.
Wait, no. Sorry, maybe we had Mid-Ohio last race.
We did have Mid-Ohio last race and we won.
In the IndyCar series, they've just raced at Mid-Ohio. This is the streets of Toronto.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yes. Sorry.
It looks very Toronto-esque.
Yeah.
My ego still hasn't gone down. Nope, not from Teo Pourchaire winning that race.
The Monaco feature race.
Teo.
Pretty good one to tick off, right?
I mean, the kid is super talented. I'm excited to see what happens when he gets to F1.
Yeah. Who's he linked with again? Is it Alpha?
He's in the Alfa Romeo. He's a Sauber junior.
Yeah.
But obviously that's linked to Alfa Romeo. Hello, from Italy, Giorgio.
Hello.
He's getting into F1 next year. If he wins the championship, then 100%. I think he will anyway. I think this probably will be Kimi's last year. Do you reckon?
Yeah, we were feeling that at one point last year, but
yeah, I don't know really, because Gio's doing really well in qualifying, but Kimi still kind of has it in the race.
Well, the thing is, Gio's the Ferrari seat, isn't he?
Yes.
So Teo would replace Kimi, not Gio.
Yes. I think it will be Gio and Teo. Because I don't think Schwartzman's going to be ready.
You think he still needs another year? I don't know. Schwartzman puts it together. No, he hasn't absolutely blitzed it like he did last year. But Schwartzman's put it together. Huh? Just chuck him in.
He's based. Hello, David. Hello, David. Welcome, welcome,
Hello.
welcome. He's basically for Sir's pet project. Hasn't been disinvolved with the driver since Lewis.
Oh,
I think when you look at special talents coming through, I think Teo is one of those special talents. Absolutely, I'd agree. What he's going to be, if he's in F1 next year, he'll be 18. Is that correct, Zoe? Hello, Thea. Are you sad?
she's not sad.
She's a sad.
Don't make it sound like
She's a
sad.
sad little pancake. She did a pathetic.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
We'll try to be a bit quieter. She's not like she wants to go out. She's just like...
No, she doesn't. Do you think Sonoda will bounce back? I think Yuki is very talented.
It's an easier second half of the calendar, right?
Should be. Should be. I don't know.
He needs to get his head straight.
I think you won't see the best of Yuki until next season.
Mentally, he just seems like all over the place.
I think you got to remember, how young is Yuki? He feels super young. He's the younger. Yeah, that's it. He's the youngest. He's younger than Lando, isn't he? He's the youngest driver on the grid.
Yeah, I presume so.
So that comes with maturity that he has to come with. And yeah, I don't think you're going to see the best out of Go From There. I'd argue the biggest talent in the feeder series never finished below P3 in any full championship, including karts. Ever, you would say. I mean, it is damn impressive with Teo. And Teo does have backing, but he's not like super minted, so there can't be accusations of Teo buying those championships either. You know, he is just
quick.
wicked quick. But yeah, that's an incredible stat. He's never finished below P3 in any championship he's entered.
Jesus.
That is insane. The guy just is used to winning. But the problem is, well, Alfa Romeo is going to be a really interesting one, isn't it? Because you're saying, obviously, that Vasseur hasn't had as much influence in a driver since Lewis. Well, Lewis went straight into a race-winning McLaren, and he's never been out of a race-winning car since. If he goes in at Alfa Romeo, but gone are the days with a talented driver just jumping into a top car, isn't it? I think the closest you've got is probably Lando Norris and McLaren.
Yeah.
Alpine, I suppose, but Renault haven't really necessarily been up there. It's crazy. Don't ask me why, but I need to somehow make a Sugar Ray Leonard Mazepin clone.
Sorry?
Okay, Zach. Mike, he is super rich. He rented out the same villa the Bahraini royal family rent for races. Okay, he's super rich. Okay, I do. Well, still, he is super rich, but he doesn't feel like, when people have suspicions around Lance Stroll in the feeder series and his dad, it doesn't feel like that. But yes,
we're going for the final 5 laps around the streets of Toronto. Askew, they've looked okay. They've looked okay pace-wise. Tried to send them out right at the end, but it looks like Oliver's got stuck in a bit of traffic here.
is this our quali?
But Logan's looking in a great spot. Lots of clean air. I think we're the only ones going out at the moment. It's going to be a race to the line for Oliver. He's fine. This is looking good. The boys just got to nail their lap. Everyone else has come in. It's just us. Prime track conditions.
Here we go. We're riding on board with Oliver Askew around the streets of Toronto, that iconic hairpin. Followed by the long straight. It would be a DRS zone in F1, but it's push to pass in IndyCar, but we don't have it in Indy Lights, so it's just a straight. Followed by a left-hander, by another left-hander into a sweeping right-hander. Finish it.
5th and 6th.
We'll take it. It's a solid position.
Oh, Richard, you've got another sponsor here.
Unbelievable. Richard are going from there. Question, Mike. If not for no more Verstappen rule, have to be 18 to be F1, would Teo already be in FP1s? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And it's a really difficult one, the Verstappen rule. Because I actually think the Verstappen rule has meant that less talented drivers get through. Because you have to make it all the way to F2 to get the super license points, don't you?
Yeah.
Where before you could be super talented, get into like, obviously you're still spending an extortionate amount of money anyway, but you could get to like F3 and people might take a punt on you.
Yeah.
Like the Ocons, the Verstappens.
No, you have to spend a couple of years around the feeder series.
Absolutely draining, which means that it becomes more and more expensive, which means less drivers are able to, you know, get a shot, a look at these things, and so from there. So I think I get why they introduced the super license points, but I also think it just makes F1 an exclusive club, like for those non-FIA affiliated championships. Like, it's crazy that I think you get more for winning F2, like the top coming third in F2, than you do for getting second in IndyCar.
Yeah.
I think that's mental.
Ridiculous.
Like, the super license points are stupid. And the Indy Lights Championship, I get how the Indy Lights Championship is maybe rated lower on super license points, but the IndyCar series and Super Formula itself is a very competitive series. I think, yeah, it's a bit frustrating.
Are you ready for your grid running through?
I am. But Christian Bogle, P1, Stingray Rob, P2, Robert McGuinness, P3, and Victor Franzoni. A third row lockout for Fanatics Racing with Logan Sargent chasing down the championship leader of Linus Lundqvist. He qualifies ahead of him. Oliver Askew, P6. Joshua Carr, P7, and Australian Alex Peroni, P8. Linus Lundqvist only in P9, but we've seen already this season that he is an adept driver of working his way through the field. Hunter Yeaney rounds off the top 10, and Benjamin Pedersen is P11. Carl Kirkwood, P12, and Braden Eves, P13. And Tony Saraval, 14th. Enzo Fittipaldi, a disappointing 8th row qualifying position of P15, and David Malakas is P16.
Good job, David. Well done. Okay, let's go. Let us go. I've gone opposite to what we usually do. I've gone super softs in the first stint.
Wow, getting the lead and then just go long on the hards for a softer one as we go later in the race. I like it.
That's the hope.
It's because, you know, we weren't leading at the front, so we've got to make some positions on track. And Logan Sargent at the start of this race, he's already up into P3 as it looks this wheel to wheel. He's got the inside line, he's edged across going into it. No, he's got the outside line. No, it is the inside line. I forgot the track. Sweeping right-hander at the end of the first lap. He is P3 with P2 up, Stingray Rob. It looks like the front two maintain the positions with a good start, but Logan Sargent has buckets of pace. His teammate Oliver Askew has moved up into P5 as well, so that is a positive for Fanatics Racing Team. Linus Lundqvist yet to make a start. Logan Sargent, he is flying out there. He is up into P2, and just like in the last race, he had That was Thea getting excited in the crowd.
That's Tara outside the door.
Oh wow, okay, that could be a troubling situation. Oh dear. But anyway, Logan Sargent has made quick work of the people after lap 3. He is running second and chasing down Bogle for the lead. 1.4 seconds as it currently stands. Oliver Askew makes his way up into P4. Fantastic for his teammate Linus Lundqvist. For the championship is all the way down in P9. And a quick look at the championship standings if the race was to stay as it is at the current moment.
At the current moment,
Fanatics Racing would
be 3 points behind Carlin and HMD.
And HMD dropping from the lead.
Logan would take the lead.
He would take the championship lead as it currently stands. Fantastic for that. We're going to need Oliver Askew to keep progressing up forward. And Logan Sargent, if he can get the race win, will be big constructor points. I understand IndyCar being less than F1 purely due to how different it is than F1, less circuits, no DRS and other things. I get that. It definitely should be less than F1, but I don't get it. I understand what you mean. The DRS is a different system to the kind of push-to-pass system that they got to go. But
such a small thing, though.
It doesn't make sense because I would actually argue that IndyCar drivers drive on the more challenging circuits.
Oh, Oliver Askew having to go at his teammate here. We're currently second and third.
Have dropped off the lead a little bit as Bogle has a 2.3 second lead, and we're going to probably have to let Askew go as he takes into P2. Go from there. They are going to be fighting. They've been allowed to race just as long as they keep it clean. But Oliver Askew's P2. He looks like the driver who is more comfortable in his pace there. But unfortunately, the more they fight on track, the more Bogle can extend his lead there. Linus Lundqvist now has moved up into P6 as his medium compound tyres start to come into a little bit better tyre life.
Come on, boys. Logan, just hold back a bit. Hold back a bit, Logan. You've had your fight. Just hold back. Cool the tides. You can go longer on the stint. Logan.
We still have Tara yelling outside. But Peroni, what a fantastic race he has been having. He started in P8 as well and made up 4 positions into P4. So brilliant for him there. I just think F2 is closer and prepares drivers better for F1, and that's why it's worth more super points than IndyCar. I guess it prepares drivers more for F1. Definitely because you're running the circuits. Like Indy Lights prepares drivers more for IndyCar. It goes from there. I get that, but I just think if you are competing in a premium motorsport series, it doesn't matter if you're not necessarily racing on the same circuits as F1, using the same things like DRS, and that's pretty much where the similarities end. Pirelli tyres, I suppose. Yeah.
Logan retakes second from Oliver.
Yeah, but Peroni is fighting, and these guys fighting has allowed Peroni to get right on their backs. The Carlin team seems to have massive pace in this race so far.
Oliver, we're going to have to
tell Stephen to put Logan on allow teammate through, and he'll stop pushing Askew. Yes,
really?
But
the thing is,
the unfortunate thing
Peroni.
We've got Peroni, and we also have Logan Sargent to think about the championship.
Oh, true. Wait, do I get Oliver to swap positions?
Because Linus Lundqvist. No. We've just got to keep going as it is at the moment. It's fine. It's first stint. It can kind of delegate through. Look, Peroni's eating into his tyres, and Bogle have both eaten into their tyres anyway. So we're okay. We're going to come into a strong performance as we go from there. Okay, boys, I'm going to try and finish this Mazepin video by the end of the day, so I'm going to go and have a great rest of the stream. See you later, Zach.
See you, Zach.
Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Oh, Brendan Evans crashes out.
Braden Eves is crashing out, and Logan Sargent with that takes an ambitious move on the inside and takes his teammate. Askew is now allowing his teammate through, but wow, they still fight on track. But as it looks like, Sargent has closed the gap a little bit to Bogle as it leads there, but I think he had just kind of eased off on his tyres. It's going to be a fascinating race here between Carlin and Fanatics Racing Team, and seeing which team gets their strategy right. The two rich energy backed teams fight it out. The question is, who is William Story funding but not funding?
The same colour cars. We're like just one team at this point. Oh, Peroni!
Oh, and Peroni goes for a double overtake. That's some of the best racing that I've seen. Incredible from Peroni. Carlin, absolutely lightning out there. They are flying, but Askew says no thank you, but Peroni is fighting hard. This battle for second, third and fourth is fantastic racing. Brilliant wheel-to-wheel action. They both push up the inside, and now Logan Sargent second again. He's got the inside line and he makes it. Now Askew is outside the podium position. Peroni's not giving that up position, but if he lunges too much, he's going to allow Oliver Askew a chance to go through. He goes for a lunge on the inside.
Oh!
And he hasn't quite made it, but he's got the inside line. Yes, there he goes. And second, third retains the position, and Peroni slips down to fourth. What an exciting one. And now Oliver Askew goes, that's not enough for me. I want to have P2, Logan Sargent. I don't care you're going for the championship. I want to win this race. They're starting to kind of, I don't know if they're just slipstreaming and making it easy on the acceleration just to get closer, but the gap is now 1.5 seconds between Logan Sargent and Bogle, who leads the race.
This is nuts.
What a race this is. 51 laps remaining in this race at Toronto. The streets of Toronto. An exciting race. It's great to see fans back in the grandstand.
Sorry?
It's the cliche line at the moment. It's great to have fans back. On it now. Taylor will finish top 5 minimum, more likely top 3. It seems he's won the favour of ART, so it's probably all over for Christian Cat Lundgaard. Yes. Zoe, yes. Peroni's making one of those big moves, and he looks like he's been off for a bit. He saved his tyres. Oh, and now Askew is fighting again, and he gets it. P3, he's got the inside line into turn 1. This battle for second, third and fourth is insane. This is what Junior Formula A can offer. Young drivers with everything to prove, putting everything on the line to try and get the best position they can in races. They don't necessarily care about accumulating championship positions, especially Oliver Askew right now. It is all about pushing the thing. And Bogle leading is now 1.3 seconds ahead, 1.2 seconds, and they have eaten. Peroni and Bogle have definitely eaten into their tyres more. It's going to be advantage Sargent and Askew later in the race when they're going to have fresher rubber to kind of take on. But the question is, how long do they kind of leave it before the times start kind of matching, and whether they can get the undercut on these guys? I mean, Bogle wouldn't be an undercut, it would just be to kind of save position.
Undercut?
But would Peroni undercut both Sargent and Askew? But Askew, here we go. Like we said, 0.4 seconds. Bogle is coming into it. Those softs he's on are starting to slip away. Both of them are right on his tail. It looks like it's only a matter of time before Oliver Askew passes Bogle for the lead. Here he goes. Oh, Bogle goes for the inside of the fence, but he switches the route. He's got the inside line. Switches. It's the race to the finish. Oliver Askew, for the first time in the race, takes the lead. Logan Sargent, he now takes it P2. Fanatics Racing now leads 1-2. What an incredible race. The guys who locked out the third row, starting 5th and 6th on the grid, now are 1st and 2nd, with Oliver Askew having not won a race this season. He moves himself up into P10 with a championship, with all those retirements costing him and missing the first race. It's a tough ask for him to get a decent thing, but it's going to be great for Fanatics Racing Team.
Depending how this, we may have to let Logan pass at the end.
Question, are we going to do the Ferrari? So I guess we agree that Teo being this good this early and Oscar being in the Premier have ended Lundgaard's already slim F1 chance. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Can't see.
And it looks like we have had our first pit. Peroni has pitted. He slots in back at P10 and slots in behind Stingray Rob. No, he doesn't. He overtakes Stingray Rob, and obviously Rob hasn't pitted. The good thing is Lundqvist is now up into P4, but he's got a similar sort of tyre wear to Sargent and Askew, who have been on the softer tyres. So the advantage of having the harder compound hasn't worked out in Lundqvist's flavour in terms of track position. Although, if Lundqvist can manage to work his way onto a podium position with Askew and Sargent, it could be enough for him to maintain the championship
currently,
lead.
yeah, he's ahead by 5 points, which is the difference between first and second is 10 points. So we're going to have to swap Logan and Oliver if it stays like this.
And Bogle, the guy who started on pole, is now pitted for a fresh set of socks as well. 40 laps have been in this race,
We've
and
got
it is
40 laps on this set. Let's push it, okay? Let's push it, and then this is a one-stop race all over.
one stop on the softs, and it's going to have that tyre advantage. And like we said, we can get in some quick laps here, make sure that we maintain track position ahead of Bogle and ahead of Peroni. And where is Peroni? Bogle massively fell behind by pitting there. It looked like Peroni got some clean time and clean air, because 14 seconds he is eating into the lead.
Yeah.
Peroni is going to be, but obviously he might have to pit again for another set of softs, and that will cost him. But Oliver Askew leading, he gets the advantage.
Our pit crew didn't look good. Oh no.
Here we go, it's going to be the risk. There's a lot of risk. There could be slows. Here we go. Where's the pit stop going to be? We come in on the jack, and it's a clean pit stop. It's a clean pit stop. Askew had the tyre lead, and he comes out ahead of Peroni. He comes out ahead. Now he's got a hard defend. Peroni is on those already warmed up tyres. Can he defend the lead? Lundqvist is there, only on track, and he hasn't pitted yet. And Askew is back into P2.
I did a Lance Stroll moment there.
Now Logan Sargent, the pit crew, nailed it for Oliver Askew. This could be the difference in Logan Sargent's season here, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see where he comes out. He goes into the pits. Will it be a clean pit stop? He's in pit row. There's a mistake on the rear right. That's going to cost Logan Sargent big time there. Big time. And where does that leave him? It leaves him behind Bogle. It leaves him behind Peroni. And more importantly, it leaves him behind championship rival Lundqvist, who will be pitting soon. And is Logan Sargent in clean air? No, he's got to get past Stingray Rob. He's got to get past Pedersen. There's a lot of guys on track he's got to get past before he can start taking those positions of Bogle and Peroni. Oh, it is a bad pit stop. They knew they were tired. They knew there was big risks. They nailed the pit stop for now race leader Oliver Askew. But Logan Sargent has had the problem on that rear right, and will that cost him a chance of taking the lead in the championship in this race? Linus Lundqvist looks like he's going to be one of the last guys to pit on there. Fittipaldi, Kirkwood are going to be guys who are going to be massively pushing it towards the end. They might even be zero stop guys. Is I think Peroni will have to pit again. Peroni will have to pit again. Franzoni, I think. Bogle, well, Franzoni definitely will have to pit again, but he's not an issue. Wow, we really fell back in terms of falling behind Franzoni.
Yeah.
26 laps remaining. Oliver Askew leads with a 3.7 second lead. It looks like his race to lose at this stage, and Lundqvist now is dropping away. That tyre is going. He is going to need to pit in the next few laps, because on the fresh rubber he is now falling back. It's now going to be interesting to see where he will fall behind and how quickly he can make his way through the field and how many positions he can gain. This is massive for Linus Lundqvist. Logan Sargent down in P6. He must get past Franzoni. Bogle has pushed as well. So 24 laps remaining. It may be unlikely. He's going to have fresher rubber at the end. Okay, so Lundqvist has pitted, and now he is P12, and he's gone on to another set of mediums.
Oh my God!
You think he would have gone on softs at this stage? He may find it difficult to work his way through. McGuinness, softs will definitely last to the end, but you're going to go Kirkwood will probably last to the end. Fittipaldi though, Yini, Malakas will have to pit. So those are track positions he won't have to kind of fight. So you got to think on aggregate that Lundqvist is probably going to go back to his starting position. The question is, can he get past McGuinness on track? Can he get past Kirkwood, who looks like he's going for the zero stop strategy?
It's just 1 point between them.
Logan Sargent is working his way up here. Franzoni, he can't take too much out those tyres, but he is going to have something to really push and catch Bogle at the end of this race. You've just got to accept Oliver Askew looks like he has won this race for Fanatics Racing, and it's great constructors point at the moment. But we are interested in the Drivers' Championship as well. Hey, because the Drivers' Championship or the Constructors' Championship,
he makes the move.
It was a great move on the inside. Got Franzoni as his rubber now starts to go. He's now got to start making ground up on track and get past Bogle.
Full course caution. Virtual safety car. Definitely don't risk pitting.
Shouldn't risk pitting. We've got comfortably enough tyres to get us to the end.
She probably should leave this just to burn the fuel. Get a lighter car. Okay, full course caution because Manicus crashed out. Oh, there he is.
Well, it's a virtual safety car.
It was a full course caution.
Full course caution.
Thank you. Around the streets of Toronto.
Yes, no, sorry, yeah,
Thank
forget
you.
about that. Logan Sargent.
But that may save because there's a lap. That Prony, one less lap for Prony to make it. Surely he doesn't have the tyres.
Well, regardless, they will have rubber that will massively fall apart at the end. But we are back into racing. The gap is closing between Bogle in front. He is the one who's going to be tricky. He is the one who can definitely get to the end on these set of tyres. Sargent has the fresher set of softs, and he is going to have to make that fresher soft tyres work. Lundqvist is up into P10. He's up into P9 as go from there, but Carr is ahead. McGuinness is ahead. Kirkwood is ahead, and they will all last to the end. Lundqvist is struggling here. Every position gained on track for Logan Sargent is going to be huge for him.
Jesus. Come on, Logan. Find some pace. Find some pace, son. Come on.
It just looks like the Carlin boys are holding at the moment. They are holding, but we obviously have the big race win. This could be enough to still take the lead in the Constructors' Championship.
I think it does, yeah.
It does, as Carlin still maintain third
position. Oh, because Peroni has just pitted.
Peroni has pitted.
Oh,
Peroni has pitted.
Bogle pitted.
They've both pitted.
It's a 1-2.
It's a secured 1-2. It's a secured 1-2. It's a brilliant race from Oliver Askew so far. What a race win this will be from the previous Indy Lights champion. Logan Sargent, though, as things remain, Lundqvist is down in P12.
Bogle couldn't make it. Jesus, I thought maybe they could have really conserved it and edged it out.
Maybe they were just pushing for a last push at the end, but I think they've left it too late. 7 laps remaining. I don't think, even with the fresher rubber and pushing full flat out, they can make up the gap that it is to Logan Sargent now to regain those things.
There's 15 seconds that Prony has to make up, and Logan can push as well. Yeah.
4 laps remaining. What a well executed race strategy this is from Fanatics Racing Team. They just need 3 laps to make sure that the job is done. Blue flag is waved as Yini has passed. Malakas and Eves were the 2 guys to retire. Lundqvist P12, and that is the 2nd race in a row where he has finished outside the top 10, and this time he can't even blame the weather mucking up his strategy. He just hasn't been quick enough. You can maybe blame the team for putting him on the medium compounds out here. Oh, but no, he has gained a position. No, Kirkwood comes out ahead of Linus Lundqvist, even with the pit onto the mediums. And on those fresh mediums,
Wow.
he will maintain that position.
Wow. And here Logan Sargent comes.
Oliver Askew
I mean,
wins Toronto! It's his
Oh,
first
Jesus.
win of the season. He really could have been a championship contender for his second Indy Lights championship if he hadn't had so many retirements early season. If he dominates the last few races, it would still probably not be enough with Logan Sargent and Linus Lundqvist still running well. But Fanatics Racing Team take the lead in the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship. IndyCar, here we
Holy
come.
crap. That was a quick race as well.
Was-
I can't believe Bogle didn't make it. They double stacked it as well, so Bogle would have lost out time in the pits. Mad. Crazy.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that.
Oh,
That
look
was
at
good.
that. Is this our first double podium, or did we get one last race?
No, I think this is our first double podium.
Our first and second.
So
What
our
a
first
way.
double finish has been followed up by our first double podium, and it's a 1-2 for Fanatics Racing Team. Logan Sargent now has an 8-point lead in the championship, with Oliver Askew moving into the top 10. Fanatics Racing Team have a 24-point advantage at the top of the Constructors' Championship and look favourites to get promoted to the full-time IndyCar Series next season.
Grosjean!
Roman!
Every time. Why is this the loading screen?
Baku predictions. We were predicting Red Bull to come out on top of
Mine
Baku.
was Max, Checo, Lewis as my podium
I was
prediction.
feeling it was maybe the race of the number twos.
You were going Bottas.
Bottas, Perez. Well, I did say Lando, I think, as well. Backing Lewis and Max to take each other out.
Yeah, we think McLaren will be best of the rest.
Zoe's feeling a red flag.
Ooh, okay. Haven't had one. Oh, you know we did have one. Feeling McLaren will be best of the rest. And there weren't any other really suggestions. Prediction points after that. Alex Jacques with Channel 4.
That's it, guys.
Oh, we're descending into darkness.
We are. But guys, what a race, We've now got back-to-back victories in the Indy Lights Championship.
Yeah, and there is 3 races to go.
We got an oval next up. And then we've got Portland and Laguna Seca to round off the season.
Bam. We'll try to do a double one next week.
We will to try and kind
Just
of
to
catch
get
up
the
on
season done. Bam.
I've got 3 races.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
Well, of course, if we keep doing one race, it'll be 3 streams.
It will be.
We need to go down 2 streams.
Will be, because
We're on our 5th part.
we want to be in there. Mike, do you even check Twitter messages anymore? Did you send me something? That would probably be an answer to your question. But I'll check him after this. Sorry, I'll check him after this. Right. That is it. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Fanatics Racing fans. Thank you, Thea.
The cats are having a fight underneath a door.
Yes. And on that note, we should go. So for now, UF1 fans, keep racing.